Hey everyone, my name is Dominic Campagna and I'm the president at Glue. I have a few questions for you and I'm only giving you 20 seconds to answer them. What is your LTV? What's your AOV? What product do you lead with that you know will convert to a second, third, or maybe a fourth purchase? If I give you $50,000 today, would you know where to allocate that money? Well, I'm assuming you don't know all those off the top of your head, but what if you could? Lifetime value represents total revenue a business can expect from a single customer account. It's really the fastest way to really understand where your business is and a gut check and the health of it. So it's a really great way to get to answers very quickly and to also activate strategies that can make a difference. I work with over 8,400 different stores and they're always asking questions about the health of their business. They're questioning, first-time buyers to figure out how to get them to repeat, to be part of their loyalty programs. They're looking at profitability, which is easier said than done, but really getting a true understanding of your costs. And then lastly, their AOV is not going up. It might be, a flat line, and they're really trying to find ways to increase it over time. And so today I'm really excited for us to cover lifetime value. We'll then talk about how it can impact certain departments or specific use cases that you can use that for. And then I'm going to show you something that our customers are doing today that has an instant impact in revenue. So let's jump into it. And we'll first start with how to calculate LTV. So here with lifetime value, a couple of items we're going to need to figure out and put into place here. First, starting with AOV, your average order value. In order to get to AOV, there's really two components here that we'll need to get to this calculation. That'll be your total revenue and then also your total orders. Here on the total revenue side, one thing to call out here, I feel like some organizations either struggle with or they're missing some important information to get to their true costs. You do want your revenue, obviously. You also want to take into consideration your COGS, and then also you want to take into consideration maybe shipping costs, or there's payment fees that might also be involved. What you're really trying to get to is your true profit. So you want to make sure you're taking into consideration all these different pieces to get to that total revenue. Over here on the right-hand side, once we have our AOV, we're also going to be looking at frequency purchased. And over a certain time period, we'll look at 1 year. In order to get to that frequency purchased, we'll need a couple of items here. We'll take in our total orders and we'll take in our total customers to get to that number. So this is what you need to be working with to get to your lifetime value here of your customers. We need to get to AOV, we need to get to the frequency purchased, and that will get you to your overall number. What's really important here is that when we have this, imagine you have a data set now. You have all your customers, you can understand what they purchase, whether it's one time or multiple times. You're pulling in potentially even some information across marketing spend all into one place. That's really the beauty here of how you can start creating customer segments. So we'll jump into customer segments in a moment here. I'm going to share with you a strategy that a lot of those customers that I talked about earlier, those 8,400, use to see instant results very quickly. But now imagine you have all this data and all this information. It's going to impact your strategy in a number of different ways. I mean, imagine your loyalty program. You're going to have a clear understanding around your AOV customer base, where you can say these are our top 10 or top 20% that we're working with, and helping getting them into maybe a strategic bucket around a loyalty program to keep them coming back for more, and also getting their feedback, their advice, or providing support that's needed because they're your best customers that you want to work with. Another area that can be impacted for the better could be around product bundles. A lot of customers that I work with, they have a hard time of really understanding how to put together the right products for upsell, cross-sell opportunities, or putting them both together, at the same time. And so with this data that you're going to have access to, once it's organized and structured in one single place, you're going to be able to really understand your products a little bit better. I mean, imagine knowing that you have one product that's out there today that's not as obvious, that sells, but also converts to that second purchase. What are you gonna do? You're probably gonna then jump into your marketing spend. So now imagine spending dollars in confidence of knowing where to put that money towards certain customers, certain products, and driving them to the right pages, maybe even on your website. Then lastly, new versus repeat. You might be thinking of better ways to analyze your information, your data, where you're looking at new versus repeat customers over a certain time period. This might help you understand, let's run a new strategy for a giveaway. Let's run a promotion. Let's lead with this product to get to those second, third, or fourth purchases. So a lot of great things that you're going to be able to do once you truly understand your lifetime value, but all that underlying data that's sitting there that you can use to activate. And that really brings me to the last point here. Next, I'm gonna share with you a best practice that I see our 8,400 stores leveraging to see instant and quick results with leveraging their customer information and their data. So underneath here, we're gonna see here that we have one customer segment that we'll leverage, and this one will be the top 10%, which will be our high AOV customers. So imagine you have 20, 30, 40,000 customers that are out there. What we're going to do is we're gonna tap into that list and create a segment of our highest AOV, just in that top 10%. The next segment or layer that we'll put on top of this actually will be around high risk. So what we're going to do is we're gonna take our high AOV that only purchased one time. We're then gonna put a layer on top of it that says, give us our high risk customers that have 20 days in that lapse point. So imagine we know when that second purchase should take place based on our historical information. We know that there's 20 days left with this group that we've just created. So high AOV, they're at risk, they made one purchase. What we can do now with this information is really understand what are those second, third, or fourth products we should lean into and promote. So imagine you run a site-wide promotion. In that site-wide promotion, what we're gonna do is take this customer segment and we're gonna provide tailored messaging to them. We're gonna lead with the right products. So we're gonna bundle our products the right way with that messaging. And the third thing we're gonna do is these are high AOV. We believe that there's something here and we wanna work with them. We're gonna dedicate more support to them, whether it's through our loyalty program and our customer program that's responsible for that. So we're gonna provide that extra level of support and care. We've seen some of our customers run this, and the result, they see dollar signs instantly. So this is one way to think about when you really start understanding your lifetime value of your customers and you're really building that database and you're able to segment it out and deploy certain strategies that win. You can do simple programs like this that drives instant results. Thank you for your time today, and click this link up here to check out our 101 guide on commerce analytics.